My name's Richard Levicka, and I'll be talking today about 3D printing. What is 3D printing? 3D printing is making three-dimensional objects from a digital file of laying down layers of material, usually plastic, until your object is created. It can produce complex shapes using less material than traditional manufacturing, and no special tools are required, and the part is manufactured layer by layer. There's many software options available that cost thousands a year per license, or you can try open source software such as Tinkercad. How it works. A digital model is turned into a 3D object, one layer of material at a time. This is called additive manufacturing. The model is sliced into 2D layers and turned into instructions for the printer to execute. The 3D printer will then melt the plastic and lay it down on a print platform and then continually print layer by layer until it's completed. Some print jobs may take up to 24 hours depending on what you print, and most companies will run these print jobs overnight. Now I'm going to show a quick video of 3D printing made by Mashable.
3D printing technology is already changing the way we produce objects, from tools and toys to clothing and even body parts. 3D printing is part of a process known as additive manufacturing, where an object is created by adding material layer by layer. Additive manufacturing allows designers to create complex parts for machines, airplanes, and cars at a fraction of the cost and time of standard means like forging, molding, and sculpting. Now, smaller, consumer-friendly 3D printers are bringing additive manufacturing to homes and businesses. The first step in 3D printing is to create a blueprint of the object you want to print. You can use modeling software like Blender to create your own designs, or you can visit websites like Thingiverse or Shapeways to find objects other users have 3D modeled. Once you have a finished design, it's time to send it to the printer. Some printers, like the MakerBot Replicator 2, have renewable bioplastic spooled in the back of the device, almost like a string. When the printer receives the data, it pulls the material through a tube, melts it, and deposits it to the plate where it instantly cools. As you can see, the 3D object is created through layering, where the printer will add one layer of the object at a time until you have a fully formed structure. The most common material used in 3D printing is plastic, but the use of some other materials allow for the creation of some pretty amazing products beyond simple tools and toys. 3D printing food is becoming very popular, and additive manufacturing has allowed for the creation of some pretty intricate treats. In the medical world, doctors are testing biomaterials for regenerative medicine. By using a patient's cells, doctors could 3D print small body parts like ears and noses. Some surgeons have even tested 3D printed organs for transplants. Recently, giant 3D printers in China printed 10 houses in just one day and at a cost of less than $5,000 per house, proving just how cost and time-efficient 3D printing can be. For more on 3D printing, check out Mashable's latest coverage. And don't forget to watch the other videos in our...
The benefits of 3D printing, which some of the were highlighted in the video, is that it doesn't require specialized tools. You just need the materials and the printer. You can allow for easy customization to meet user needs. Parts printed with 3D printers can be ready overnight. Materials can be filled with metal or ceramic or reinforced with carbon fibers for stronger products. However, there are some limitations when it comes to 3D printing. Since they are built layer by layer, they can be more brittle and weaker. They're not cost competitive at high volumes. Usually you're just printing a few items. And there is some accuracy issues and print tolerances of up to 0.5 millimeters. Also, sometimes the end product needs some post-processing work, such as sanding or smoothing. So is 3D printing good for us? I'm going to highlight some industries that have benefited greatly from 3D printing. Dentistry has used it for false teeth and teeth molds. Architecture has used it to print scale models. Medicine has used it for prosthetics and also reconstruction bones and body parts. And as you saw in the video, they're working on tissues and organs as well. Automotive use it for spare parts and end user products. Construction has used it for walls, floors, and complete houses. And here's a couple of photos of examples of 3D printing. Specifically, Adidas has used it for printing their midsole, and they've started printing them in large volumes. In 2018, they printed 100,000 midsoles for their shoes, and they expect to print even more in 2019. However, there are some pretty severe dangers of 3D printing. One of the minor ones is that the products tend to be cheaper, tend to break easier. But the main one is that there's no standards required. You don't know what people are using these printers for. And the problem arose when someone actually documented plans on how to print the parts and make a workable gun. And this gun was called the Liberator. And the obvious difficulty with this is that it is a plastic gun. It can't be, it's not traced or markable in any way, and also it won't be revealed when going through a metal detector. So what do we do? I think based on all the benefits we can get from 3D printing, we keep moving ahead with the technology, further using it, especially in the medical field, to help people with health and homes as well. But there is a challenge for the government to make sure illegal uses of 3D printing is not being used, such as the case in the Liberator. The future of medicine is an area where I think 3D printing can extremely benefit. Bioprinting is an additive manufacturing process where biomaterials such as cells and growth factors are combined to create tissue-like structures that imitate natural tissues. Currently, it's using for relatively simple human tissue, like cartilage or skin, but with more research, they do expect they can use things like organs, like you saw in the video. Also, with prosthetics, they believe they can become more affordable and better used for the people who use it, because there are 3D scanning and body modeling technologies, so they can produce these so the prosthetics fit very well, and also the appearance looks very real for someone who's using it. Also, a huge benefit is to help homelessness or to build affordable housing. Icon, a printer company, is working with CeeLo Property Group out in Austin, and they're producing homes. They ended up producing about a 600 square foot home in 24 hours for $4,000. And they expect they'll be able to be even more efficient in this. And also a company in Russia called Abiskor is also using this to build affordable homes. I want to thank you for listening to my talk on 3D printing. Here are some of the resources I have used in my research, and thank you very much. My name is Richard Levicka.